The mystery of the Roanoke Colony, often referred to as the Lost Colony, is an enduring enigma in American history. It centers around a group of English settlers who vanished from Roanoke Island, North Carolina, in 1588. When a supply ship arrived 3 years later, the settlement was deserted with no trace of the colonists, except for the cryptic word CROATOAN carved into a tree. This mysterious disappearance captures the imagination and remains significant as it was one of the earliest English attempts to establish a permanent settlement in the New World. Understanding the Roanoke mystery provides insight into the challenges and uncertainties faced by these early colonizers. The importance of this mystery lies in its reflection of the vulnerabilities and dangers of colonial ventures. It serves as a reminder of the harsh and unfamiliar environment the settlers faced, including potential conflicts with indigenous peoples, the threat of starvation, and the limitations of communication and supply lines from England. The fate of Roanoke highlights the precarious nature of such enterprises and the delicate balance required to sustain them. Two specific examples illustrate this point further. First, the theory that the settlers integrated with local tribes, such as the Croatoan or other groups, suggests a pragmatic approach to survival, shedding light on the interactions between European settlers and indigenous populations. This possibility opens discussions on cultural exchanges that may have blurred the lines of distinct societies. Second, the unfortunate possibility of a disastrous fate due to conflict or natural calamities signifies the extreme risks inherent in these early colonial endeavors. Opinions on the Roanoke mystery vary, with some historians leaning towards the integration theory as a likely scenario, supported by anecdotal reports and oral traditions of Native American tribes mentioning fair-skinned ancestors. However, the lack of concrete evidence leaves room for alternative viewpoints, such as theories of relocation or even abduction by hostile forces. Challenges in solving this mystery include the absence of definitive archaeological evidence and the potential loss of relevant historical records. The Roanoke colony's disappearance influences other aspects of colonial history. By underscoring the trials of establishing a foothold in a new world and shaping the strategies of future settlements like Jamestown, it emphasizes the necessity of adaptability and preparedness in colonial planning. The story of Roanoke remains a touchstone in discussions about the complexities and uncertainties of the colonial experience, illustrating both the ambition and the peril of early exploration. The historical context and establishment of the Roanoke colony are pivotal to understanding the mystery of the vanished settlers. In the late 16th century, England sought to establish a foothold in the New World, driven by ambitions for wealth, resources, and expansion of the British Empire. Sir Walter Raleigh, an influential courtier and explorer, was granted a charter by Queen Elizabeth I to establish a colony in North America. Roanoke Island in present-day North Carolina was chosen for its strategic location and perceived potential for economic prosperity. The significance of the Roanoke colony lies in its place as one of the first English attempts at colonization in the New World, setting the stage for future settlements like Jamestown and Plymouth. The venture was a bold testament to the English crown's desire to compete with Spanish and French colonial powers, marking the beginning of England's colonial pursuits that would eventually shape global history. Real-world examples illustrating this point include the initial 1585 expedition, led by Sir Richard Grenville, which laid the groundwork for future English colonization efforts, despite its short-lived success. The subsequent establishment in 1580, led by John White, reflected England's continued determination to secure a presence in the New World, even though it ended in mystery and speculation. Opinions supporting the significance of Roanoke often highlight it as a critical learning experience in the colonization process. Historians suggest that the challenges faced at Roanoke informed future policies and approaches by the English in their later successful colonies. However, controversies surround this narrative. Some argue that the focus on European colonization overshadowed the impacts on indigenous populations, including the complex interactions between settlers and tribes like the CROATOAN. Alternative viewpoints persist, with some historians questioning the prudence of establishing the colony given the lack of resources and inadequate support from the English crown. They point out that the harsh conditions and strained relations with indigenous peoples posed predictable risks that ultimately led to the colony's demise. The historical context and establishment of the Roanoke Colony fundamentally connect to the mystery of its disappearance. Understanding its origins allows for a deeper exploration of the possible interactions with local tribes and the settlers' potential integration or demise. As a precursor to future settlements, Roanoke's fate influenced English colonial strategies, ensuring that lessons learned, albeit through tragic loss, contributed to the eventual establishment of a lasting English presence in North America. The discovery of the abandoned settlement at Roanoke Island is a pivotal moment in the enigmatic tale of the lost colony. It refers to the moment in 1590 when a supply ship returned to the island, only to find it deserted, with no sign of the settlers who had arrived there 3 years prior. The only clue left behind was the word CROATOAN carved into a tree, sparking centuries of intrigue and speculation about the colony's fate. This discovery is crucial to the main topic as it marks the beginning of the mystery surrounding Roanoke Island and serves as the catalyst for countless theories about what happened to the settlers. The significance of this discovery lies in its enduring mystery, which has captivated historians, archaeologists, and the public for over 4 centuries. It serves as a symbol of the challenges faced by early settlers in the New World and highlights the uncertainties of colonial expansion. The story of the lost colony not only piques curiosity, but also provides a lens through which to examine the broader historical context of European colonization efforts in North America. 2 key examples illustrate the intrigue of this moment. First, the carving CROATOAN suggests the settlers may have integrated with the nearby Croatan tribe, a theory supported by anecdotal evidence of European traits in later indigenous populations. However, no direct archaeological evidence has been found to confirm such integration. Second, some believe the colony attempted to relocate to a different area, only to succumb to disease, starvation, or conflict, indicative of the harsh realities faced by early colonists. Despite its significance, the discovery is fraught with challenges and controversies. The lack of concrete evidence leaves room for debate and differing opinions. Some scholars argue that the mystery is over-romanticized, detracting from more plausible explanations. Others suggest that popular theories do not adequately account for the socio-political dynamics between the settlers and indigenous peoples. This moment influences other aspects of the main topic by anchoring the myriad theories about Roanoke's fate. It invites explorations into the relationships between European settlers and Native American tribes, the survival struggles of colonial endeavors, and the impact of environmental factors. Overall, the discovery of the abandoned settlement serves not only as a historical cornerstone, but also as a narrative springboard, inviting us to delve deeper into the complexities of the lost colony. Theories of integration with native tribes suggest that the missing English settlers of Roanoke Island may have integrated with local indigenous communities, such as the CROATOAN or other nearby tribes. This could have occurred due to necessity or mutual agreement, as the settlers faced harsh conditions, dwindling supplies, and the absence of their leaders who had left for England, seeking additional resources. Such integration could mean the settlers adopted the lifestyle, culture, and possibly even language of the indigenous people. This theory holds significance as it offers a plausible explanation for the disappearance of the Roanoke settlers, addressing the mysterious nature of the CROATOAN carving left behind. It suggests a peaceful resolution rather than a catastrophic end, emphasizing the possibility of cultural exchange and cooperation between the settlers and the tribes. Historically, there have been instances of European settlers forming alliances or integrating with Native American tribes, providing a context for why this integration could have occurred. One specific example illustrating this point is the Jamestown settlers' interaction with the Powhatan Confederacy. Unlike the Roanoke Colony, there is evidence of both conflict and cooperation, demonstrating how settlers could align with tribes for survival. Another example is the French settlers in Canada, who often integrated with indigenous tribes, leading to the establishment of Métis communities, characterized by a blend of European and native customs. Supporters of the integration theory point to historical and archaeological evidence suggesting that some European settlers adopted native ways of living. Additionally, reports from later explorers and colonists described encounters with indigenous groups who possessed European traits, implying cultural amalgamation. However, the integration theory is not without its challenges. Skeptics argue the lack of concrete evidence, such as artifacts or definitive accounts, makes this theory speculative. Additionally, some historians suggest the word CROATOAN might have been a prearranged indicator of the settlers' intended relocation rather than evidence of integration. Despite these challenges, the theory of integration with native tribes is intricately connected to the broader narrative of Roanoke's mysterious fate. It influences other aspects of the story by highlighting the complexities of early colonial interactions with indigenous peoples and the potential for alliances that transcend cultural boundaries. In essence, it underscores the enigmatic blend of survival, adaptation, and cultural fusion that remains central to the mystery of the lost colony. If you want to know more intriguing mysteries like this, then subscribe and hit the bell icon.